Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the British Hive Mind. Might just wait a little bit for anybody to come on board, but we'll start the episode anyway. I'm not so sure what we're going to be doing it about today, but I've seen some great videos and I've shared some great videos on YouTube, on Facebook today through my Ivan, and I've put up on this page as well. Oh yeah, it's been a bit of a been a good day today. Yeah, no, but it's getting tiring. It is starting to get tiring. It's starting to get really frustrating seeing all of these brilliant patriots, everybody working the hardest to get the word out there, to get the news spread, to spread the word, to spread the message, to spread patriotism amongst the British people. And it's going well. I must say, it's going well. But we've got one heck of a mountain to climb. We have one heck of a mountain to climb, and it's going to take the support of everyone to get on board, everyone to come together, to unite, to really get this patriotism, to get the British country back, to get England back for its people. Yeah, I'm sounding a bit croaky today. Got a bit of a cold coming on, I think. Yeah, so I'm not feeling as well and as chirpy as I normally do. But like I say, I'm going to do the show every day, no matter what. Every weekday, no matter what. No matter how bad I'm feeling, no matter how the storm clouds are rolling in, I'm still going to do the show. I'm still going to get this pumped out there because it's something I can do to help spread the word, to help get more people on board, to help share information, to help share insight and share knowledge, because knowledge is our power. The elites, the deep state, the Illuminati, they hate the truth. They know that the truth is what is going to bring them to their knees, and it's going to bring their institution and their establishment crashing down around them. And there will be nowhere for them to hide. There will be no one for them to turn to. Once the truth is out and we know what we know, and the rest of the world knows what we know, things will change massively change. And it's getting there, guys. It's getting there. We're building, and we're building a fortress to help bring down the establishment, to help bring down the deep state, to help bring down this globalist cabal that is running our country and running our country into the ground. They're doing it willingly, wantingly, and with no respect or love for the people of this country or anybody in the world. As a matter of fact, they want to see death and destruction put upon everyone on this world. They want the World War III. They want mass depopulation, and the best way for them to do that is to get us all fighting amongst ourselves, fighting against each other and killing each other for them. Because guess what? We'd have to buy our guns and bombs from them. They love war. War is big money for them. Big money, massive profits for them. That's what they're pushing this agenda for. And it's just, we're starting to see the totalitarian, tyrannical, deep state government showing its fangs in its teeth now. I saw a video on YouTube. It was posted on Facebook, but it's now been removed. And it was the nice lady that was at Hyde Park that questioned the police on why are they letting Muslims pray in the park. And she questioned the police. She said, why are you letting them do that? That's against the park regulations. It's against the laws. It's against the rules. You can't have one set of rules for one people and another set of rules for another. It doesn't work like that. That's not what this country's based upon. And it showed the police going round to her house, knocking on her door, harassing and intimidating her. Then eventually she opened the door to them. They forced their way in across the threshold, literally grabbed her, dragged her outside, and arrested her. Arrested this nice little old lady. I'm not sure how old she is, but she was a nice lady that's done nothing wrong. They arrested her.
When was this?
It was today. Today, I just saw it on YouTube and Facebook earlier, about an hour, 2 hours ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It brought a tear to my eye, mate. It brought a tear to my eye, and I was rather angry at it because that is way beyond the red line. There is a red line, and arresting someone for that. And the officer claimed that they were arresting her for perverting the course of justice, and then the video cut out. It's
how is that?
Yeah,
perverting the court of justice. What was she lying about?
I don't know. She's done nothing wrong in my eyes, in my opinion, in my esteem. Done nothing wrong whatsoever. She asked them a few questions of why you're here, what you're doing, you know, through the door, and they won't answer. They won't answer any of her questions. We got one of the names, I think. I think one of the officers said the name. Can't remember it for sure. Lamborn. I think it was Lamborn. Could have been something like that. But, yeah, just went. They were threatening to smash her door down if she didn't open the door. With no warrant. I don't believe they had a warrant.
None of legal lawful standing.
No. What magistrate would have signed off on that? What magistrate? Unless it was a...
Yeah, well, magistrates are just administrators. They're not real judges, are they?
Well, I think actually, I think it has to go to the Crown Court. It has to be a Crown Court judge that signs.
It does. It has to be a Crown Court judge. So, yeah, no chance.
Despicable, disgusting, absolutely tyrannical. Using the political private army to arrest people that are looking out for the truth. And she was actually standing up for the frigging park regulations and the law.
What they should be doing.
Yeah. You know, she shouldn't have been the one being arrested. It should have been, well, they shouldn't have arrested the Muslims for praying, but they should have got them up and moved them on and said, you want to go and pray? Go pray in a chuffing mosque. That's what they're there for. We've let you have these mosques in our country. We've let you have your barracks in our country. Go pray in them. You know, and and you see it on Facebook videos and YouTube videos all over Europe and even in New York now as well. Muslims holding that sort of protest prayers to show their dominance and strength in a country, because that's what they're doing. They're saying, yeah, stuff you to the to the rules and laws. We have our own laws that we follow. Yours don't. Oh, yeah, it's really miffed me off. So, something else that's really miffed me off today. Well, I walked into Blackburn Town Centre. Palestinian flags flying everywhere. I must have seen about 30 Palestinian flags on a 30-minute walk into town. So I decided, come on, I'll do the lefty thing, and I'll ring up the police, and I'll put in a complaint about it, because that seriously chuffing offends me. It does. It offends me seeing a terrorist organisation's flag flying in my country. That offends me. So I rang 101. It was ringing for about 7 minutes. No answer. I just got miffed off and put the phone down. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
it doesn't offend me. It shouldn't happen. It's disrespectful.
Yeah. Well,
I don't get offended.
Yeah, I was saying it offends me because
I know.
Yeah, because I was doing the lefty thing.
I was playing.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that they are the ones that have been complaining about St. George's crosses being flown in our country's flag being flown in our country. We've got a foreign terrorist state's flag being flown in our country.
Get it out.
Yep. Let's get. And on my walk into town, everyone I saw, everyone driving past was a Muslim. Everyone in the cars, Muslims. And it was the middle of the day on a Wednesday. When normal people are out there working, doing the hard graft, putting the hours in, they're driving about in the cars. Or driving about with women driving with burqas on. How can that be legal? How on earth can driving in a burqa be legal? What happens if she causes an accident? What happens if the police have to pull her over and stop her? Identify yourself, please. No. There's my driving license of. What? Oh my. Yeah. So. Quite annoyed. Really. Oh. Really quite annoyed today.
Well.
Yeah.
Really has to stop all of this.
That's it. And I was thinking about it on the walk up.
And stuff like that, because.
Sorry, you broke up a bit then.
I was sorry. I said I don't want to see people walking around the streets in balaclavas or anything like that, let alone wearing a burqa or hijab and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they've tried to spin it, haven't they? To say, well, it's a sign of Muslim women's empowerment. When it's the exact
sign of their oppression.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite. It's the sign of them being oppressed. It's a sign to show that they are property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was on my walk back and I was thinking, you know what? This has happened because of the invention of the petrodollar.
Yeah, because they got rich off it, and they Saudis.
Yeah, and it wasn't like this. The politicians would tell the truth, and and actually say the truth and confront Islam properly before the invention of the petrodollar, before this tying of debt to the Islamic world. And yeah. Just a little insight there. But you can just I see it firsthand. I can see the collapse of British society, of Britishness. Because I live in the ghetto, mate. You know that. Most of the viewers know that. I'm stuck in the ghetto. And yeah. I can see, there's little old ladies around here that are afraid to leave their house. They don't feel like this is they don't feel like this is their community anymore. They don't feel safe anymore. And it's diabolical. Absolutely despicable. Yeah. Yeah. But on a lighter note, I saw a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses on my way into town as well. And she gave me this little leaflet and she said, "Oh, it tells you about the future, this." And I said, "Oh, does it mention Damascus at all?" I had a little giggle at that. Yeah. But yeah, because we know that we know is it the Bible? Is it a Bible prophecy, or is it the Torah prophecy, or the Talmud prophecy, or is it an Islamic prophecy, or is it all of them all tied together? Because I know that the Hadiths say that there will not be peace on this world until the Muslims fight the Jews, and then the Jews that are hiding behind rocks and trees, and the tree says, and the rock says, "Hey, Mr. Muslim man, there's a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill him." Yeah, it was great to see Gerard Batten stating that on telly as well. That was quite funny. And then the little lefty that was on the other side of the argument, trying to just going and umming and ahhing about it, and couldn't actually say anything proper to respond to it. But yeah, I met one lad today, and he said that he suffers from a sort of paranoia, where he's like, wherever he leaves the house, he feels like people are watching him. Feels like he doesn't fit in. He feels like he's being watched. He feels like he's being oppressed whenever he leaves his house. And I can see where he's coming from. I can see exactly where it's coming from. And I even mentioned it. I even said that it is the controlled destruction of the British community. All by design.
Yep.
So it's like we say, 2018 is the year of the Great Awakening. Things are starting to really be thrust into the public domain. Really the truth is getting out there. The truth and reality is starting to slap people in the face. And they're starting to search for these truths and search for why things are happening this way. And hopefully we can start to direct them to the root of this evil. And the root of this evil is the establishment, the deep state, the Illuminati, the ones that have been controlling this world for centuries now and have put all this in place. That planned the First World War, that planned the Second World War, and are now currently trying to put the Third World War into place. But I'm not sure which way, I'm not sure which way they're going to go with it, because they're trying to poke the Russian bear. They're trying to.
Well, that's been Germany's plan for a long time, hasn't it? Since World War One, to overtake Russia.
Yeah. To go east and dominate the east. But Hitler always wanted a united Europe. Yep.
Because he always knew that it was the only way to bring down Russia. Needed UK as the financial powerhouse, along with Germany now.
Yeah.
And then the rest just to build up the army and just do whatnot.
Cannon fodder.
EU is the fourth Reich.
Yeah, it is. It's as simple as that. And it's this socialist regime that tries to pretend that it's
socialist communism.
Yeah, socialist communism. Well, the end goal of socialism is communism.
Yeah.
So it might take a little bit longer than the Red Revolution that happened in Russia, but stage by stage, step by step, they're pushing us towards communism. And what was I going to say? Oh, okay.
We need our independence.
Yep, first things first. We've got to, and the only way we're going
to and void the ECA 72. So it's the European Community Act 72.
Yep.
Null and void it.
Void. Completely void. Rip it up, throw it in the bin, and hopefully
anything connected to it is gone.
Gone. Fruit of the rotten tree. Anything that was done fraudulently has to be gotten rid of, and to take us into the European, take us into the ECA was fraud. They defrauded the people. They lied to us, and the FCO 301048 states that and states it in lawful terms, you know, and you can see that their plan, their goal, and their aims are coming to fruition. Luckily, we've started to get on top of it. Luckily, we've seen through the lies. Luckily, we've seen what they're up to, because
there's been a lot of people trying to wake us up to it, though. Look at Nigel Farage. 25 years he's been trying to get that referendum and finally got it.
Yeah. And even he didn't think we were going to win.
But it's now up to all of us.
Yeah.
17.4 million.
I believe there were more.
Go out there.
And I believe more.
I believe there probably was.
Yeah. And I believe more minds have been changed as well.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. We need to get all of those together.
That's it. Everybody together, all singing from the same hymn sheet. Everybody striving for our independence, because hopefully our independence will be the fall of the European Union. Hopefully, that once this domino falls, the rest will fall and the EU will collapse. Because Anne-Marie Waters said it and said it perfectly. There's two ways. Well, yeah. The only way that we're going to get out of Europe is through the destruction of Europe. The destruction of the EU, not Europe, you know, the EU, the European Union. The only way they'll let us go. Well, they won't.
That's going to be coming.
Well, it's collapsing under its own weight at the moment. You know, what was it?
That's why they're trying to hold on to us. They're going to lose absolute billions and billions and billions a year in all sorts with us leaving.
Well,
which is why they're trying to tie us in at every other angle, knot and tie they can.
Yeah, and they're trying to perpetuate it and keep it going longer and longer and longer, and more of the transition period and more and more and more. Brino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how they brought out this new GDPR. I'm not saying I completely disagree with it, because this new data protection, it kind of gives the persons whose data it is, so say as my data was being used against the GDPR, then I would have more standing. It doesn't mean that we didn't have the standing before. And I've read majority of the Act. I need to read it all and do notes and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, get a synopsis of it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's broadened what was already there.
Well, I've not looked into it fully, but I was seeing it more from the darker angle. I was seeing it as the European Union getting more power, more control over our data.
Because what they've got now, they've got more access to more things, and they can have a more centralised data system. So the EU could go in there and collect all of it from anyone. It doesn't matter. They care. But like, it's telling companies that they can only use they have to have like a minimal amount. Like, so if I was doing a survey, they only need my name. Like if it was an anonymous one, it would just be that. It would just be the information. They wouldn't have to give my name, age, date of birth, all of this stuff.
Yeah, all your vital statistics.
Yeah, asking for asking for things that only you are required of that individual. So if you only need name, date of birth, and email address. That's all you get.
Yeah, need to know basis. So they're not harvesting information.
Yeah, it does restrict it for companies to harvest them. But you have IT consultancy firms, and look at Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah. No one was enforcing the laws and the rules and regulations, so they got away with whatever they wanted to do.
But these are definitely more enforceable.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, for sure. So, like, you can't really see everything as a dark thing, because it isn't really that, because, like, someone who probably wrote that bill, or the group of people that wrote that bill, probably felt really genuine in what they were doing. Whether things were amended and whether things are adhered to, that's the key thing. That's adhering to it.
Yeah. You know, these all these EU regulations and EU laws, they don't get enforced.
An expansion on the Data Protection Act, but yeah, they do not get enforced.
No, they don't get enforced unless unless it's targeted specifically to take somebody or something down. They will only enforce these regulations when it suits them. So if they don't like you, guess what? You've got to jump through all the hoops. You've got to make sure you stick to every single regulation, or you're getting got. Whereas if you're nice and happy, if you're pro-EU, then they'll let you get away with it. You know?
Or if you've got a hand in their back pocket.
Yeah.
Or they've got a hand in yours.
Well, we mentioned this before, especially with the fishing waters and the EU regulations around fishing. I lived in a Spanish fishing town. There was no EU regulations there. No one enforcing these regulations. They were allowed to literally do whatever the chuff they wanted.
But it's just an expansion on the Data Protection Act. That's what this GDPR is. It's caused a lot of ball ache with a lot of things that you have to do. I've had to do loads of stuff.
Every single app.
Comply.
Every single app.
Comply.
I've got about 5 or 6 emails now saying, your data protection has been updated. Have a look and reset your data protection. About 4 or 5 emails like that from different companies and different things. All my apps have had to update and say, you've got new terms and conditions. You've got new terms and conditions. Here's the new terms and conditions. Just agree to them. Yeah. Or it's, I looked at one, and you know the little slide bar where you go down, it was minuscule. So it must have been pages and pages and pages of jargon, really. Just to make sure that people don't read it, because it would take an hour and a half to read through it all and understand. And you might still even be struggling to actually understand what it's saying.
Yes, that's another problem.
Yeah, well,
this company talking in complete legalese.
Yeah, I think it was might have been the company Game Station that actually own about, I think it might be about 3,000 souls, because they put on the terms and conditions that you give us your eternal soul. And people actually went and said, I agree to give you my eternal soul. I'm not sure if they were doing it as a joke, but it was there. It was in their terms and conditions, and they own quite a few souls, about 3,000 souls now.
Wow.
Yeah. And
don't get them back overnight, do you?
No. And, well, I'm sure Alexander will know about the Vatican and them owning people's souls and them trading them souls. I think souls are worth gold and physical bodies are worth silver in the deep, dark Vatican world. But I've not That's sort of just off, you know, one of those things that's at the back of your mind, back of your head. You picked it up from somewhere. You're not 100%. You didn't fully research it. You didn't properly look into it. It's just there. And you think, sounds right to me. Yeah. Oh.
I don't know about that. I can't comment.
Yeah. But I think it might have been Game Station. I know it was like a computer games company, like Game, or you know, where they sell the computer games.
I have heard that before. About something about souls, but I haven't heard anything about that Vatican thing. What you're on about? About the gold and silver. I heard that before, but okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, I won't put it past the bastards, to be honest with you. Yeah. Because, well, they want your soul. They want your eternal soul. Something that they quite treasure.
Kind of got it with your live birth records.
Well, yeah. You know, you're seen as dead at sea.
With some of your DNA.
Well, that's something they've also been harvesting as well, isn't it? They've been trying to harvest people's DNA for nefarious reasons. Oh yeah, just send us a swab of the inside of your cheek, and we'll find your genealogy. We'll find your lineage and your genealogy. We'll put you on a list.
No, who to target?
Yeah,
that the target list.
Yeah. Oh, he's got quite nice DNA. He's got superior genes. We've got to kill him. Got to get him. Yeah. Oh.
They'll either bring you in, or they'll kill you.
Yeah. Or they'll make sure that you don't succeed. Make sure you are struck by poverty. Make sure that, you're going to struggle in life. And, so every time anybody gets arrested, boom, DNA sample straight away. We don't really want your fingerprint anymore. We want your DNA sample.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if it's just a tiny little a drunken disorderly offence, or swearing at a police officer. Boom, straight arrested. Boom, we want your DNA. We want that on record. ASAP. Yeah. And do you even have a right to refuse?
Under common law, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, under common law.
If you haven't committed a crime.
Well, we saw that with the video today. Did that woman commit a crime under common law?
No, exactly. Exactly. You know, I saw another little video of a police officer that refused to give his name, refused to give his number, and refused to produce his warrant card when asked. Ooh.
Yeah. He was there with no little, you know, they have the little stripes on the shoulders. He didn't have them on.
Yeah.
There were other officers around, but they had their shoulder stripes like attached to the belts, you know, out of the way so they could like cover them and hide them.
I wonder why that is.
I know, it was really, really not good. It didn't bode well for the state of policing in this country. Really, everything. Every time we've seen the police in action, especially on Facebook videos, it's been a very bad name for them. It's been putting them in a very bad light and showing them in really bad totalitarian sort of, we don't care about you, your rights or anything. We're the police, you do as we say. This authoritarianism has started to take over the police now, where, you know, the people that arrested the lady, they were under orders, but they had no conscience about what they were doing. They had no empathy, no morals with what they were doing. Arresting a nice lady. that was there in her home, and had done nothing wrong. And well, they were from what I saw of it, they were quite physically manhandling her as well as they dragged her out of her house. Right, we've had a bit of a pause on Facebook. Facebook's broke. Darn Facebook.
I was going to say, I've got to shoot anyway.
Yeah, it's only going to be a quick show this evening. I've not really prepared for it too much, but yeah, I've just been a bit miffed off and a bit ill. So, yeah, constantly sniffling. Ugh.
I was going to say, you sound a bit nasal.
Yeah, yeah. It's gone down to the back of my throat as well now.
I've got a deeper throat today, a lot deeper throat.
Yeah.
It's a bit scratchy as well. And guess what? There's been a lot of cloud cover today. There was a lot of spraying yesterday.
Yeah, that's it. You know, that's it.
It affects us woke people more, I swear.
Well, the other
Actually,
way.
no, I don't think it does, because there's a lot of people who aren't woke who are really ill all the time. I have an immune deficiency, and I'm not that ill, but I do the right things. So,
well, I've been taking my iodine to help with my glands, to help produce the antibodies to fight this off. So I do recommend that to anybody and everybody. It's good. Mace iodine from InfoWars. That's the only place I can find it. So,
colloidal silver.
Oh, yeah, colloidal silver. But I wanted to get some of that, but it's just getting imported into this country from there, because that's the only place I know what does it. And I do.
No, you can get it in the UK.
Yeah, I do trust InfoWars and their products. I've used them for going on a year now, and they're good products. The B12, it's like, yeah, makes you really perky, gives you great good energy. And yeah, and I even know from doctors a long time ago would prescribe vitamin B12 injections or vitamin B12 to people that are feeling down and low and lack of energy. It helps with helps your cells produce energy.
Also, eating lots of fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, because you get a lot of fructose sugars, good sugar for you, and a lot of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. And yeah, and
the fructose is so it's near an instant as well. That's why you see footballers and athletes eating bananas.
Yeah, that helps against the stitch.
Digest. They exactly get rid of stitch, but they don't sit heavy on you at all. So I love having a banana. I have one at halftime, one at after, and I feel good.
Yeah, proper good for you. You get your potassium from there as well. Great source of potassium, because it's lacking a lot in everything else, and it's a vital mineral in life. If you want to fertilize your plants, potassium is a vital part of that. So if it helps plant life grow, guess what? It's also going to help animal life grow as well. Yeah,
definitely.
And so yeah, I need to go shop and get some fruit, to be honest with you. Help with my immune system, help with my immune support. And yeah, and Facebook's gone down. I don't know what's gone wrong with it, but it's only going to be a quick show this evening anyway. Just a quick, because we're doing it every day. I said we're doing it every day, no matter what. No matter even if I'm full of a cold and full of flu, and with my little blanket around me going, I'll still do it. It's got to be done. And I'm looking forward to Friday's show. Really, I'm looking forward to Friday's 5G show. That's going to be a great episode. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna film some of these towers as well. tomorrow, because there's different forms of towers. There's these like cylinder towers, and they're like the right newest ones. So I think they've most definitely got the 5G technology in them. And then you've got those like scaffolding towers. They've got...
Yeah, we just had scaffolding tower ones put in ours.
Yeah, but they're a bit more of an eyesore. So they're the ones that the establishment's trying to sort of not phase out, but not build much more of them. They want to build the other ones, the disguised ones that make things look a lot nicer. And so that's going to be a good show. I'm going to start promoting that some more, putting it out there, here, there, and everywhere. But Dave Wolf's banned, so I've lost like 600, 700 friends to share to.
Ridiculous.
I know, it was my stupid fault. I commented on a status when I was drunk, and it went against the Facebook thing. And it got me Facebook banned. But I've still got Ivan. He's still doing all right. Anyways, how's your day been, mate? Anything? Any good news? Any bad news?
A lot of it GDPR. In all honesty, work.
Yeah.
And other things. Any news? On what front?
Just in general. Anything in general. You know, I've since...
Nothing local. No, Arsenal's got a new manager. It's back.
So, was he promoted from the inside? Or was he hiding from the outside?
No, he hired from the outside. Yeah, we didn't really have a choice on the inside.
Well,
apart from Steve Bold, but he didn't want to.
Well, things are things. Yeah.
Yeah. But 2nd of June, people.
2nd of June.
Manchester.
Gonna be there. Definitely gonna be there. Got my little flyer already. And it's in All Saints Park. It's around it's not centre Manchester. It's a bit more to the outskirts, a bit more of the outside. But done some research. It's a good place, nice place. There's going to be quite a lot of people there. I'm going to see if I can pop out to the pub this weekend, start to talk to some people, get them to come with us. See if I can get a whole little band of merry men with me. And women. To come and have some fun. Come and enjoy. Because hopefully the weather will be as good as it was last weekend. Hopefully. It'll be a nice day. Should be. Start of June, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My stereo has just turned itself on.
It's listening. Yeah. I've heard reports about that from an American guy who was truth telling, waking people up, and his phone would magically turn itself on. He'd keep it off a lot, and then magically it'd turn itself on whenever he was going to do something, or whenever he was getting close to a government building. It'd magically turn itself on. Yeah. Just seen a video from Gary Clark as well. And normally his videos are quite, decent frame rate. But it was stuttering, stalling, and umming and ahhing and breaking up. My Facebook video has gone down. Yeah, the Facebook feed's gone down. So, yeah.
Typical, mate.
That's it. Typical. You know, the cracking down even more. When's the date of that new law coming through.
Friday.
They're banning more of free speech, free thought.
No, it doesn't do that.
Well, what? What, to give someone 6 years for offence? For causing people offence?
No, well, that's a different matter. That's not nothing to do with the GDPR.
Oh.
The GDPR is the data protection.
Yeah, that's the data protection side, but there is also that new law that's coming out over the next few days where they can put, like Tommy Robinson was talking about, where they can put people...
Oh, that's already been put in place, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it was coming up over this. It might have been done today or something. It was coming up. Sometimes.
But the GDPR has got nothing to do with that.
No.
So
no, that's
and GDPR is coming out on Friday, and that was one thing that Farage was getting at what you call it, Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Because
they had him for it. Why are you censoring me? Why are you censoring President Trump? Why are you censoring all the conservative views?
Yeah. Why?
And then you just see him. He was like, "It's a platform for every idea." Clearly not.
No, clearly not. Clearly not. They don't want our word to spread. You know, because I bet there are. There are thousands of others talking, sharing, and putting across right views, and they're being shut down. They're being fenced in. They're being echo chambered. You know, I've seen a lot of my statistics dropping. I get about 4 people who comment on my statuses regularly, and that's about it. Or even just like my statuses, and that's it. About 4 people out of close to 1,000 friends.
With the new algorithms, everyone has to be more interactive and sharing each other's. And like with like sharing videos, it's best to download them then upload them, so they don't get censored as much.
Yeah. Well, that video.
And then it draws you into a trap because it could take copyrights or something like that. So it's very difficult. It's a case of everyone having to work together in this like collectiveness.
Yeah, we need that Internet Bill of Rights. We need that Internet Bill of Rights to show
I bought indeed
proper freedom, the freedom to say and do what you want, as long as it's not causing any loss, harm, or injury.
No, it's not. It's safety as well. It's in regards to like paedophilia and things that really shouldn't be on the internet.
Bomb making videos,
or on certain platforms, certain things shouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
Right. So it's safeguarding from that, safeguarding children. That's something I really want to put in there.
Oh, most definitely, because
I also want to have real big in-depth discussions with coders, anyone who's to do with internet, robotics, or AI. I want to talk to them all. Yeah. Because we can't get to a point where AI is good, although it does learn itself, but eyeball would help to sort that out. But stopping this singularity idea.
Oh, the crossing over of man and machine.
Yeah. It's a step too far.
Well,
we don't need an Age of Terminator. It's exactly what it would be.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, it will be the elites downloading their brains into machinery. And you think they're going to put guns and bombs and rockets on their machinery so they can be like Robocops walking around? Yeah, they are.
Well, it'll be a combination of all those sorts of things where they've done like robotic humanisms and stuff like that. I think it's it needs to go into a big debate, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
To see how far we can take it, and before it could pose a threat on humanity.
However,
I think that's a serious discussion that needs to be happen.
Well, it's one of those. I think it's already happening. Not the discussion, but in secrecy.
Oh, they are, of course they are. They've got singularity as such, but we can't allow it to come out.
We can't.
They won't have an army of them. They won't be like iRobot.
No, but they will be able,
or Transformers or anything like that. But those are the sorts of things we need to stop. And then for an Internet Bill of Rights will also control, like, any connectivity to do with the internet as well.
Well, the internet should be free for one and all. Should it not? Well, the infrastructure's already there.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, the infrastructure's there already in place. It should be, an amenity there for one and all. Your connectivity should be.
The internet, it should be a utility.
And it should be more run non-profit.
Yes.
The actual supply of the internet should be run non-profit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But because with fibre optics now, we've got it to a point where it is really good. The infrastructure's there. What can we do better than fibre optics?
There's not really much you can do with much more than fibre optics. So obviously there'll be next levels, but that's just completely wireless.
Yeah, which is really, really bad for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They probably might have a little bit of engineering of a wired technology that's better than fibre optic. Who knows? But fibre optic is amazing.
It's amazing. It's good enough. It's good enough. There's no need to push it any further.
Do is improve on that technology to be able to make, I don't know, to make the actual wire better. Only if it improves the fibre optic levels. I don't know what they're measuring or anything like that. I don't know too much. There's scientific.
Well, it'll still be megabytes per second, won't it? It'll still be megabytes.
Yeah, it will be megabytes per second.
Yeah.
But they could also turn it up as well because they can handle a lot more.
Well, a lot with the BT infrastructure, which is the British Telecoms infrastructure that's already there in place in the country. The fibre optic lines are pretty much down, but it's still got to go through copper cable from the box to the house.
Yeah, so they need to be able to get that from the exchange to the house and fibre optics as well.
Yeah, that's the next step. That's the only really next step that we need. We don't need anything better. We don't need anything better than that. The internet, you click on something and it's instantly there. No dial-up, click on it, wait for half an hour for it to load up. Oh, now I can see the screen. Oh, yeah. It's perfectly fine as it is. We can stream, we can live stream, we can talk, we can do everything that we want and need with the infrastructure we have in place now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the upgrade to fibre optics to the property and fibre optics to the home will make it better, and to a point where you can have 15 computers on all at the same time, all looking at different things. But
could you imagine if it was fibre optics right up to your house?
I did. I had it in Spain, 300 megabytes per second. In Spain.
That's ridiculously quick.
Oh, it was magical, mate. Download the film. You download the film whilst you're looking for the next film.
Who paid for all that infrastructure?
Telefonica. or in the UK, O2. Because Telefonica are O2. And evil company. It's classed as an SLU company, which means there's
it would be subsidised by the taxpayers.
There's one person that's employed by that company. There is only one person employed by Telefonica. They only have one employee. All the rest are subcontractors. So they're freelance. So it doesn't have to pay taxes. It doesn't have to pay coal. They've got a proper monopoly. A proper monopoly, that company. That was in Spain, though. Not here in the UK. But in Spain, yeah. It got to a stage where it was Telefonica or nothing. Then a few other companies. Then the government stepped in and said, well, it's getting a bit monopoly tight here. We can't let you do this anymore. So a couple of other little companies sprung up. But they'd actually, before they built the properties, they'd actually put in like tubes in the floor so they could run the fibre optic cables through to the property. They pre-planned fibre optics with the new houses that they were building.
Yeah, I've seen loads of new house properties popping up here, there, and everywhere. And I'm like, why haven't they put in fibre optics?
Yeah, it seems like we're going to a point where we are going to fall off the edge of a cliff. Our country seems to have, planned to about 2021, 2022, and then nothing after that, which is quite quite a disturbing thought.
Yeah. Right, mate. I've got a shoot.
Yeah, I think we're going to call it now. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. It's not been the best of shows, a bit of it ill, but wait till Friday. Friday's going to be smashing. Friday's going to be scientific, researched, proper, in-depth look at the 5G rollout, which is one of the most important topics of the day. So thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good night. Farewell.
God bless everyone.